people hop on here. Uh, First and foremost, I want everybody, if they could, take time and say a prayer for Frank Amend. He's in the hospital. He had another heart attack. I talked to him earlier. He's doing okay, but he needs all the prayers he can get, man. Figure out his heart stuff. So everybody, everybody say a prayer for Frank Amend, please. Yeah, I'm always late. I'm always late, Al. I was taking a quick nap in the chair before I go out and catch some pigs. I'm gonna go catch some pig walleyes. That's what I'm gonna do. No problem, Grizz. Uh, this rainstorm's gonna be out of here in about an hour, and wind's gonna die down. It's gonna be a good night for fishing. Actually, it's gonna be a real good night for fishing. So, Team Timu. What's up, Jeff? What's up, man? I took a little nap in the chair there. We had a long day. Went down and picked up Hannah, and it's been a real long day. Uh, so, with that said, we got a good fish report. That's cool. We got a good fish report this week. Uh, we're gonna start. We're gonna make it short and sweet tonight, guys. We're gonna make it short and sweet. So, we'll let a few more people hop on here, and we're gonna start right off in the St Clair River. I'm not gonna talk anything about Lake St Clair at all, uh, except for get to the canals and catch some bluegills and crappies. They're in bass, stuff like that, smallmouth. Everything's on fire in Lake St Clair that you would expect this time of year. The perch, they're scattered. There's good numbers of perch being caught out by the buoys, shipping channel, stuff like that. Perch being caught in St. Clair River. There's perch being caught here, there, and everywhere. Lake Huron starting to pick up some perch. We'll talk about that, but we're gonna start right off in St. Clair River. Sorry, and we're gonna start off again, Algonac all the way to Port Huron. We're gonna cover the whole thing. Walleye is on fire, on fire. It slowed down there for a few days when we were coming off that moon, and temperatures dropped, water temperature dropped 4 degrees. 4 degrees it dropped. It's coming back up pretty quick. Uh, but walleyes are on fire. Atlantics are loaded through the river. Now's the time to go out there and get them. Get the Atlantics. Algonac and Marysville area. Algonac and Marysville seem to be the best right now for the Atlantics, but they're right here in Port Huron too. But the big majority of them right now is in Algonac and Marysville, and they'll be down. They'll be down. The big numbers will be down. Still some kings being caught in Port Huron. Okay, so that's good news. Still cohos being caught. So expect those to start trickling out into the lake though. Again, we'll talk about the lake here in a minute. But walleye, shore or boat, on fire. Casting, whipping, jigging, you name it. From shore or boat, it's on fire. Limit catches in minutes. Literally minutes. Me and Bob Barham went last night, and we had our limit in no time at all. And in no time at all. We probably threw 20 fish back. Had some real nice fish, but it's a great time to get out fishing right now. Walleye, it's not going to get any better. It's going to start, actually, in my opinion, our June is going to be like our normal May, if that makes sense. So the water temperature has been crazy. So once we get to that stable water temperature, June's going to be hot all the way through. But then again, July and August, July will still be good. And then July and August, when people think the walleye fishing just sucks, we'll still be catching walleyes. But they do move. They do move around. Then you start looking for the cooler water because they're looking for cooler water at that point in time. But there's still walleyes with eggs in them. I caught two the other day. One was well over 6 pounds. The other one was just over 6. Lost another one bigger. So I was fishing with John Latham. Caught some hogs. Had a hog on last night. Big fat hog. I actually thought they were males full of smelt, so I made a huge mistake on that. They were females, so still with tightly packed eggs in them, which is crazy. One or two maybe here and there you see this time of year like that, but it's that water temperature, man. It's keeping. There's a tournament going on tonight. Everybody asked why I didn't get in. I didn't hear about it until last minute, or I would have been in it. But I'm still taking side bets. If anybody watching us wants to make a side bet, a grand, 500, whatever you want to do. Biggest fish tonight has to be alive. Fish has to be alive. Let's do it. We can figure out who we're going to meet up and pay, and whoever wins wins. So if you want to take that bet, it sucks I missed this tournament, because I would love to win everybody's money. I'm just talking crap. But I will do that side bet though, for sure. If somebody wants to do that, count me in. count me in for sure. $500,000, whatever you want to do, let's do it. Biggest fish tonight. I am gonna go fishing, so I'll be out there somewhere. John Latham's in the house. Yeah, we did, John. We fished your spot, man. The whipping was fire last night. It was. What's going on, everybody? Brian, what's going on? Yeah, I took Brian out the other night. Yep, that was a fun night too. Slow night. Me and Brian had a slow night that night. We caught our limit, but we had a slow night. It started off real hot and heavy, bam, 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 bam. Then it just petered out, but it was getting cooler as the night went on, and that water temperature kept declining. So, Sale, what's going on, man? Everybody's in the house tonight. I'm sorry if I didn't get to your comments. Dumpham's here. What's going on? Good evening, Dennis. I know I got that confidence, man. I love my confidence too. And I'm not saying I'm gonna go out there and catch the biggest hog. Anybody could go out there and catch an 8 pounder tonight. You just never know. But I'm willing to take that bet with all these guys that want to run their mouth. That's for sure. The guys that are laughing and running their mouth and Spur ain't in the tournament because of blah 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 blah. It's just a bunch of junk. You want to really talk. Let's put the money where the mouth is. I say it time and time again. Put the money where the mouth is. And let's get after it. Biggest fish of the night, $1,000. Let's go. I'm ready. I got the money. So let's do it. I don't even have to pay the money. I know guys on here that'd throw it out there. I got it. But I know guys out here that throw it out there because they know. But I ain't gonna give no names or nothing. But I know where I'd go, what I'd do, and how I'd do it, and how fast I'd have the big fish. And I'm sitting here in the house right now. They're out fishing. They already got a 4-hour advantage on me. Let's go. I'm sitting at home. I'm sitting at home for a couple hours yet before I even go out fishing. So it's a good bet to take. I mean, I'd take the bet if I was a really good angler. There's a lot of good anglers out there. I know. I don't care about that type either, man. No, Dan has not even been to Port Huron. He has not been to Port Huron. Dan has not been up here. Hey, John, you want to bet that Sean's going to lose lure? I'm not going to lose no lure, Sal. I challenge you, Sean. Biggest fish of the night gets to shave Sean's beard. Oh, man. Everybody still wants that beard to come off, man. It's real thick. It's getting real thick. I love my beard. But anyways, we're going to keep on with the fish report. The walleye fishing is phenomenal again. From shore, from boat, it don't matter. Whipping, casting, jigging, tight lining, all of it on fire right now. The boardwalk's lit up with walleyes from the Blue Water Bridge all the way down past the county building. And even the boardwalk down there in Marysville, the boardwalk along, like, I'm not talking just a little boardwalk at Marysville Boat Launch. I'm talking like the legit boardwalk that you can walk down. A lot of people cast from that. They're doing well. Also along those weed beds along that boardwalk, which is south of the beach there in Marysville, a lot of perch being caught. So we'll just start talking about that because the walleyes are on fire. No matter how you do it or where you do it or how you're going to do it, you're going to get walleyes. So the weed beds are holding perch in St Clair River, and they are getting good numbers of perch out by the third buoy. They're getting good perch out in front of Lakeport State Park, and I mean good perch. Mitchell's Bay's lit up with perch, big time. Like, if you're going to go get perch right now is the time to go get perch because it is filled over in Mitchell's Bay jumbos. And yes, the third buoy has fish. Lakeport State Park has fish. And don't pass up that first and second buoy. I did really good at the first, or not the first, but the second buoy I did real good. But I've heard the first two, but I did really good at the second buoy. But third buoy, I've done, a lot of people know about the third buoy. Straight out in front of the canal. You know where the canal should be. That's a good spot to catch perch out there in the lake. Let's talk a little bit about Lake Huron. They're getting walleyes, hand lining, day or night. They're getting them in the lake. That's starting to get real hot and heavy. They're pulling crawler harnesses and jigging in the lake too. So don't be scared to go to that second and third buoy out there as well. A lot of smallmouth bass, a lot of walleyes out there too. So Lexington, haven't heard much at all. It's just that time of year. But if you were to go out there, just go look for a scum line if you can find one, which typically you're going to wait till June, July for that. There is fish. I've heard of a few fish. I haven't heard big boxes, but I've heard of a few fish, 30 foot to 120 foot. So They're scattered, and that's all the way to Harbor Beach. Same thing. Best reports I heard of is in Port Sanilac and 55 foot of water. That's the best reports I've heard, and that's a honest. I don't give you bullcrap reports. It's a good report. Honest buddy of mine. He caught two steelhead and four coho and two walleye. Actually, nice walleye, 4 and a 5 pounder out there trolling. Uh, and the bite seemed. He said the hottest bite was between 11 o'clock and 3 o'clock. So that's that's weird. It's weird, but it is what it is. He found a cloud of bait fish, and they were on it. So if you can find bait fish, and and some type of mud line or a thermocline, which you're not going to find one right now. If you can find a thermocline, great, but there isn't one yet. So the water temperature has been crazy. So expect, June, July, August. That's when fishing's going to really pick up out there for the trolling, for the cohos, for the Atlantics, for the whatever your silverfish. Lake trout, you can go over to the reef, and you can always go over to the reef and catch lake trout 80 foot down, and no doubt, jigging, you can catch them all the way to the bottom, over at the reef. But that's 46 miles out, so that's a long ways over to the reef. But they're getting lake trout in 100 foot of water, 115 to 130. So, and that's Sanilac on Harbor Beach area. So put those riggers down and go catch your greases if you want them. I don't want them, but if you want them, go get them. Lake trout are always plentiful to catch. They're easy fish to target, and they're easy fish to catch. Uh, Especially this time of year, all through the summer months. Lake Huron gets filled up with the greasers, and Lake Michigan just keeps filling up with kings because they got the bait. But it's great to see as many kings as we have this year. I called it off a couple years ago. We're starting to see the alewives in Lake St Clair and St Clair River, and with that, the kings are going to stick around, and it's come true. So if we keep seeing those alewives, maybe we'll keep seeing bigger king numbers, and let's just see what October brings, and see where these kings are. How many are in the harbors? How many are up Black River? How many are in Bell River? That people don't realize that, but that's gonna make a big difference once you see reports like that. If somebody says, "Oh my gosh, I've seen 15, 20 kings," which we used to see in those rivers in minutes, but that it could mean something. So, smelt, the male smelt, the small male smelt are running. That's what the fish are feeding on. So match the hatch is what they say. Use those F9s. F11's still working really good, but we used double F9s last night and tore them up. So don't be afraid to use an F7. That's why I always say when you go to Latham's, man, don't walk away from something that I'm going to go in there and buy. If there's a color you really, really want and you don't have it, an F9 or an F11, if he has an F7 or an F5, grab it. Grab it. Always match the hatch, and you're going to catch a lot more fish. Absolutely. So, Al here, he's been doing really good hand lining. Tomorrow night is the last night to smelt the two. Yeah, it is. It is, Dan. I wouldn't dip them right now, though. I wouldn't dip them anyway. Rock bass fish sandwiches from Lexington Harbor. Yeah, I was going to talk about that. There's a lot of good stuff going on in the harbor. Pike bass, rock bass, some big smallmouth being caught. Crazy amounts of big smalls being caught off the rocks. They're getting some really nice bass up there in the harbors. All the harbors are the same. Perch, hit or miss. Actually, the best perch report I heard from in a harbor was in Port Sanilac, and that's odd because Lexington usually does a better perch number than Port Sanilac, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. But a buddy of mine went up there and he got 19, and he don't keep small fish. He got 19, and also along with that, he caught some really nice, really, really big rock bass. So, and everybody's telling me that those rock bass taste good. So I've never had one. Okay, but I heard when you catch them out of the lake like that, they taste great. So let's talk a little bit about Black River. The crappie fishing's good. The bass fishing's good. Pike, you name it. Whatever you like to fish for in Black River. In the summertime, it's now. But me, I like to target those bluegills and those crappies. The marinas have them, so you can take your boat up in there and get them. Watch out. Shallow, 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 shallow. The Peanut has them. All the canals that run off Black River have them. All your favorite log jams in Black River have them. The seawall's up farther in Black River as you're heading up towards the Elks. I'm not going to give it all away, but there's some really nice log jams on the shallower side of that part of the river that you can really produce a whole crap load of good panfish limits. So, fishing all along through there, a lot of catfish, small catfish, big catfish, you name it, they're biting. If you're bottom fishing, just take the kids down to Strawberry Land or wherever you have access, somebody's backyard. You catch a majority of fish, white perch, yellow belly perch, bullhead, channel catfish, bluegills, steelhead, uh, you name it, you'll catch it. And there's a lot of pike going on in there too. So the guys that like to pike and bass fish, I see a lot of my buddies that I know that live on Black River. They're getting some really nice pike. Few muskies. June, July, you'll see more muskies showing up in Black River. But pike and smallmouth and largemouth are doing very well along Black River right now. So I'd say the same thing about Pine River. I don't personally know. I don't know anybody that fishes Pine River, but I do know that the mouth of Pine River is producing a few perch. Got to weave through them, and that's only because I talked to a guy coming in one night, and he had 7, but they were really good perch. They were really good perch. So I know 7 ain't many, but who's to say you don't go down there and catch a limit either? We know there's some crappies sitting around the spiles at 10th Street Bridge. We've seen those on side scan. 100% crappies. I side scanned them. Know I could catch those. I know I could catch those. So 10th Street Bridge, the spiles, they got crappies. Black River's full of good fishing right now. So there's a lot of perch still in Black River, right behind the zebra bar. Go down there with minnows. Put a minnow on top or a worm on your bottom of your perch rig and cast out there. Just use a little red worm and a minnow on top. And you'll have fun, and you might pull a nice mess of perch. It might surprise you, So put that red worm on the bottom though, because you'll catch a majority of fish. Silver bass are starting to show up. They're not here heavy yet. Give that a week or two. Let that water temperature come up, and the silver bass will be here all through the St Clair River, up in the Black River. And that's usually when the smallmouth fishing really takes off. But there are some big smallmouth being caught along the boardwalks right now. I've seen some really nice smallmouth. Me and Sean Jr. went down the other day, and we seen some really big ones. They weren't active, they weren't biting, but man, we seen some tanks. So as that water temperature warms up, things are gonna get a lot better. So that's about all I have for you guys for the fishing report for the week, man. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, get some people to join this channel. Be here on Thursday. Everybody hit that like. Don't forget to hit that like. I see a lot of you guys forgot to hit that like. Be here on Saturday for another giveaway, and I'm gonna get outdoors and I'm gonna go fishing. I'm gonna go catch this big one, post it on Facebook, and show everybody that they're lucky they didn't bet me that money, man. But if you want to bet that $1,000, message me. 500,000. I don't even care. Even $100, $50. I'll pay for the gas. If you guys want to make a small wager, even let's make a fun. Let's do our own little tournament. Let's do the Spars Outdoors little tournament. I was gonna run one this year, but I didn't pull a license, so you have to pull a license to legally. Let me repeat this. You have to pull a license to legally run a tournament. I didn't pull one, so and that takes time. So a lot of these tournaments are being run not right, but you have to pull a license from the city to and the DNR have to be well informed of these tournaments, and I did not pull the application or the didn't do none of it. I don't have no. I was gonna do this tournament. I really wanted to. I really, really, really wanted to do one. Got a little late in the year, and I didn't get it done. And that's my bad. But if you want to make a small wager, let's do it. Let's do our own little Spars Outdoors tournament. We can do it right here. Just a friendly one, friendly competition. So hit me up in the inbox if you want to do that. So I'm gonna head out fishing soon. Had walleye tacos tonight thanks to John Latham Customs. Absolutely, John Latham Customs is the only way to go. I proved it time and time again. People can sit next to me in the boat, and I'll make that wager too. Come sit next to me with your purple descents and your vampires and your clowns and your whoever else paints lures. Come sit next to me in the boat with those, and we'll see who first one to 6 over 18 inches wins. Right? Let's just do all kinds of wagers here. But anyways. Thanks everybody for watching Spars Outdoors. A little crap talk there at the end always helps everybody. Makes everybody laugh. People laugh at me all the time, but they're not willing to put up some money. So I wanted to make a laughing joke with them people too. They're the laughing stock of the sturgeon world anyway. They suck, and they're really jealous that I'm going to be getting my charter's license. They've seen my rig. These guys have been chartering for lots of years, and there's a lot of guys, even the guys that ain't chartering, there's a lot of guys that's been doing this for a lot of years, and they're not the best. They're not the best at all. They're far from the best. And there's a lot of guys that ain't charters that are a lot better than them. And I'm just gonna say that right now. And they seen my rig and they're really mad. They know I'm going to charter school, so there's a lot of jealousy going on right now. And what's really gonna make them mad is taking people for free. I do the giveaways on Spars Outdoors on YouTube, the sturgeon trip giveaways. They hate it. They hate it with a passion. All the charters hate that. I'm going to be a charter, but I think that's a great idea, especially for the Bethany kids. So we'll see you Saturday for a live giveaway on Spars Outdoors. We're gonna have a great giveaway. It's gonna be a good giveaway as always. So everybody, make sure you say a prayer for Frank Ament. He's in the hospital. He had another heart attack. Thanks to everybody who does pray for him. And everybody stay safe out on the water. Get the kids outdoors. Take a vet outdoors. Get fishing. It's that time of year, man, and it is on fire. Get a hold of Dan, Thumb from Plastics. He's got a whole bunch of stuff. Get a hold of Latham. He's got stuff painted up. Get out, get fishing, and crank some limits, man. Everybody have a good night.